und Herren, willkommen, welcome to the main event of the evening. The unification of the IBF, WBO, IBO, and WBA titles. 12 rounds of boxing for the heavyweight championship of the world. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble! As a professional in 58 fights, he has 55 victories, including 49 knockouts with 3 defeats. From Kiev, Ukraine, and Hamburg, Germany, the two-time world champion, reigning, defending WBO, IBF, IBO, heavyweight champion of the world, Dr. Steel Hammer, Wladimir Klitschko. Record in 26 fights, 25 victories, including 23 knockouts with only 1 defeat. He is the fighting pride of London, England, the former undisputed cruiserweight world champion and reigning, defending WBA heavyweight champion of the world, David Haye.
Gentlemen, you got your instructions. Wear my two masks at all times. Protect yourself at all times. Now, touch him up. God bless. Touch him up. Let's go.
David Haye has blown his trumpet. Will he charge?
Go back. Both of you guys. Go back. Go back.
Wladimir Klitschko has swatted away many of these yappy Pekingese. Can he still do it at 35? The weather tonight fit mainly for walruses.
More than 16 minutes passed between the moment David Haye entered the ring and the opening bell sounded. It's an extraordinarily long period of time. You've already heard Roy Jones offer his opinion, and it shouldn't have been a problem for Haye. He was having a blast playing to the crowd.
So he took advantage of the opportunity, but he turned it around and used it against Wladimir.
Experts agree. Haye's best chances in the fight should come early. The better it would be for Klitschko in the expectation of most.
Well, whoever hits me on the chin first will probably be in control of the fight early.
Haye has had an extraordinarily low punch output, looking to explode in certain situations like that. Haye seems to feel he was tackled. I think he mostly lunged off balance, Roy.
He did, but he's looking to land a big left hook right now if he can. He keeps dipping to his left side, looking to come up with a hook on Vitaly.
On Wladimir, everybody can make that mistake. Some people feel that Haye is elusive enough that Klitschko will have trouble landing the jab. Emmanuel Stewart says it doesn't matter whether he lands it, it matters whether he throws it.
Trying to elude the jab.
Haye tries with a long right hand, almost gets to Klitschko's chin. Klitschko fires back with 2 jabs.
Yes, speed kills about Haye, but anticipation kills speed. You saw him earlier anticipate those lunging hooks. How long can he do it?
He acknowledges it might be difficult for him to win a decision. He wants to knock Klitschko out and leave him, as he says, quivering on the canvas.
The first time we see big punches land, we're going to see big fighters sit down.
contrast immediately apparent in round one. Haye didn't bother to jab. Klitschko barely bothered to throw any power punches.
Right here you see Wladimir grab David Haye behind the head, pull him forward while he's trying to throw the big overhand, right? And that's how he ended up on the canvas.
Wladimir got more contact there than I thought he had. One way that big men treat little men in the ring is to throw them around and push them here and there.
Yeah, this is true, but I tell you what, I didn't like the way that Wladimir is trying so hard in that round to hit David Haye. If he continues to try that hard, he may open himself up to be hit.
You're saying he should simply throw more without worrying about whether he's hitting him, right?
No, I'm saying he's trying too desperately to land a big shot. You know how the game goes. Live by the gun, die by the gun.
He landed a stiff jab there.
We've talked about the ambush or insurgent style of boxing today, with quick fighters standing outside and trying to leap in and surprise and then get out. Haye hasn't been very effective in getting inside at all.
Well, his big plan was to take away Wladimir's jab. Roy, do you see that happening?
No, he's not taking it away yet, but what he's doing is making Wladimir spend a lot of energy chasing him around the ring. Hopefully this will wear Wladimir's legs down is what he's thinking. Right there you see Haye reaching at Wladimir's chin because he has so much ground to cover.
Klitschko is landing his jab more than Haye said he would be able to. He finally threw a big right hand a couple of minutes ago and just missed. Another miss over the top of the right hand. Haye shows his elusiveness and hand speed and lands a left hand. First significant landed punch for David Haye.
Because he's so anxious and wanting to knock Haye out so bad.
First right hand lands for Klitschko. And he lands another jab.
Haye has an advantage with his hand speed, but Haye doesn't seem willing to risk staying inside. He's trying everything from outside where he has to reach.
David Haye's trainer and manager, and some say to a certain degree his Bengali, is the very canny Adam Booth. And Adam Booth was the dominant figure in the rules meeting yesterday, where he spent a great deal of time asking referee Gino Rodriguez to please discipline Wladimir Klitschko against holding.
And whether he was able to breathe really good long in the fight because of how tall he was.
Good right hand by Haye.
He landed 3 of them, including the last one slightly to the back of the head. Didn't seem to have an immediate effect on Klitschko, but Haye gets the greater confidence of knowing that he can reach him now.
Yeah.
Haye is taunting him still in the ring, saying, come on, come on. You think he's locked himself up in some way? You think he's so anxious that he can't throw?
He can throw, but can he continue to throw like this for 12 rounds? If you're the smaller man, that's what you're thinking. Avoid his punches, stick around as long as possible. Hopefully you land something good.
Klitschko is seen to have lost because of sheer exhaustion against Ross Purity and Raymond Brewster.
And if you know this, then your point is to try to exhaust him.
He gets Haye against the ropes and lands a left and a right. Haye has suddenly become competitive in the round. Klitschko is getting more aggressive.
He is not moving as much as he did earlier. The second takedown of the fight.
And now, Gennaro Rodriguez tells Klitschko not to push down. Round 4 begins. Our unofficial score. Harold Letterman is here in Hamburg. Harold, how do you have it so far?
I am, Jim. 2 rounds to 1. 29-28. Wladimir Klitschko. Wladimir just picked him off with that left jab in rounds 1 and 2. I thought he won the first 2 rounds.
Klitschko just landed a right hand that briefly turned Haye's head to the side.
He learned a lot watching boxing Roy Jones Jr., so he's never going to put his hands up. He'll get knocked out with him right there at his side. You have to be ready at all times to move your head because you're not using your hands for defense.
Well, Klitschko himself drops the left hand, as you see there quite frequently, inviting right-hand counters.
Well, in a fight like this, Larry, you know, we didn't expect a lot of punches. We expect for big punches to do big things. That's why you like the heavyweights.
Haye, who accused Klitschko of being boring and ruining the heavyweight division by not engaging, certainly isn't an action fighter, let's say. up to now.
Klitschko just missed with a right hand over the top.
Well, as tall as Klitschko is, if he threw a straight right to Hayes' body, there's no way Haye can really counter him.
Hard right hand by Haye. Seems to momentarily stun Klitschko. Now he's fine.
I didn't think that punch landed clean.
I might have gotten too excited, Larry.
Neither did that one. Neither did that one.
Yes, that last one did.
4 rounds in Hamburg. Wladimir Klitschko against David Haye for the heavyweight championship of the world. Rain is starting to fall outside the area of the ring, which is covered by the canopy. The rain cannot fall into the ring, but the dampness in the air is palpable. Although we've seen no real slipping and no evidence that the canvas is wet, Roy.
No, we haven't. But David Haye is doing something really smart here. He's talking to Wladimir, trying to make him upset so that he can lose his composure. And with Emmanuel in the corner telling him to pick it up some, they're asking a lot out of Wladimir Klitschko, and I'm wondering if this is going to help him or is it going to hurt him. He's not defensive, he's just looking to counter and throw one shot. He's not worried about Vladimir's big punches right now.
But there was another lead left hook by Klitschko. I wonder if there's a strategy change coming out of the Klitschko corner. First right-hand thunder of the fight by Klitschko.
And he has Hayes' nose bleeding now from that last right hand.
Go, box.
Now that right hand might have landed.
Without a doubt.
Pretty good round for Wladimir Klitschko.
Right here you see a beautiful straight right hand behind the jab landed by Klitschko. Left a little bruise on David Haye's forehead and got a nosebleed. Then you see David Haye try to answer with the right hand, and Klitschko just put him back to the canvas once again.
So far, David Haye has been a better salesman than a fighter.
You saw the CompuBox graphic, which indicated that while David Haye has landed 13 body shots in the fight, Klitschko, leading him with 51 landed punches to 36, has thrown every landed punch to the head.
The first booze of the night.
Well, your point about Haye, Larry, surfaces in that the Brits have finally decided to quiet down.
He's staying more set in front of Wladimir. Wladimir is still throwing that good jab, but he's not connecting much.
That's the same place where Cassius Clay cut Sonny Liston, February 25, 1964. Klitschko buttoned that round with another quick left hook. So we go past the midway point of the fight. Almost nobody thought that Wladimir Klitschko would pound out another routine decision against David Haye.
Jim, I don't know when David Haye's going to start fighting, but he better start fighting soon because he's letting this fight get away. If you don't punch, you can't win. Oh, there's a punch.
Huge left hook by Klitschko.
I think the guy's falling down, to be honest with you.
And now Klitschko is deducted a point.
I agree wholeheartedly with Harold that Haye is lunging in, ducking his head.
He talked his way into that point yesterday. Haye keeps looking at Gino Rodriguez. Lead left hook by Haye.
Well, the good thing about this one is we can't say that until the last bell ring.
Yep.
Because he's a very hard puncher. It's kind of unfair because you'll see right here when David Haye comes forward, Klitschko does hold the back of his head sometime, but all the time, like right there, there's not enough pressure on the back of his head really to push him down. Once again, he's just clinching once the guy gets close to him, which is what a tall guy does. And right there, He just threw a punch and he leaned on it and pushed him down. That's the ones he should get warned for, not the first three. He's not looking to win a decision.
Look at the land one punch, Roy.
Landed 5 scoring punches around, then turned it off. What was he trying to do?
Michael Spinks would have been flat out ashamed to go into the ring and throw this few punches. There's a palpable silence in the arena. And Haye lands a right hand to bring the crowd back. And by and large, it's been the lead right hand or the lead left hook. Often at a wild angle. And the right hand for Klitschko lands on Haye's chin. Well, at the end of the day, it's just something he doesn't do. Hard right hand by Klitschko.
After he throws it.
Who took the place of Tim Bradley in that fight, and it's a great opportunity for him. Harold Letterman, how do you have it scored coming to the 10th?
Okay, Jim. 7-1, 1 even, 88-82. Wladimir Klitschko. David Haye just looks at him, bobs lead, but doesn't punch. In round 9, Gino Rodriguez.
Seconds of the 12th round. He'd love to duplicate that feat here. It's not that easy. More likely, it appears now, the routinely one-sided decision.
But, you know, Haye is giving him nothing to fight. Haye is just
Another flop.
making a non-fight out of it.
But he had a chance to fight Wladimir a couple of years ago and backed out of it, and it's unclear when he'll get a chance to fight the Klitschko.
I just think he wasn't ready to do it.
Hard right hand by Wladimir. Haye grabs him and then tries to hit him in the back of the head.
Let's go. You hit him back. Let's go. Let's go.
And Haye so far seems content to go home as a lucky loser.
British bookies reportedly made a lot of money off the Ricky Hatton-Floyd Mayweather fight. There's another flop, and now Gino's going to call it a knockdown. That's his answer. You want a flop? We'll call it a knockdown.
He's trying to turn this vast stadium into a flop.
Well, frankly, in the eyes of almost everybody who knows boxing, there was always only one way for him to win the fight. Hard right hand again by Klitschko. Target practice at this point in the fight. The tech hook was the punch with which Floyd Mayweather knocked out Ricky Hatton when Hatton walked into it in the 10th round.
I'm gonna count you out. I'm gonna count you out. Let's go, box.
1 round to go.
He can see the referee is just as disgusted as we are some. David Haye comes in, loses his mouthpiece. Klitschko pulls him forward a little bit, but the referee says, you know what? I took a point from Klitschko. Now it's your turn.
Right in front of us, Carl Crutch is standing up and trying to get the British fans into a frenzy for this one last round.
Yeah, I thought he had the best chance by landing a haymaker against this Klitschko than he does the brother. The brother's a lot more disciplined.
That was a good punch.
Here's a hard right hand by Haye. They've got 2 minutes left in which to wish their man home. And Klitschko has decided to fight back. He wants to answer.
By being offensive instead of just playing the round out.
Indeed, since the near knockdown, since the stunning punch by Haye, 9 knockouts in the last 10 fights coming in. He's still trying to get Haye, but he may not get him here. And headed toward an almost certain decision victory, which will keep him securely in control of the heavyweight division. Here's the right hand by David Haye in the 12th round.
Yeah, he threw a left hook lead, followed by a straight right hand, landed flush on the chin, and Wladimir took it.
In Madison Square Garden, that was an execrable scorecard. And Michael Pernick, 52 title fights.
All 3 judges scored it unanimously to the winner. now the unified world champion, Dr. Steel Hammer, Wladimir